Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. I am AJ. Uh, I just did a nice 45, almost 1 hour session, special sauce for the great group in our room. And I do it because I think it's important that I spend time helping traders just, learn how to read through the charts, the lines, the technical aspects of it and just take their trading to another level. And I believe, you know, explaining in each detail why a stock is going to react a certain way is really important because once a trader starts to feel confident that they know where the stock's going to go, they can pick any stock on our list and make money. At the end of the day, it's all about making money. Whether you're making $50, $100, 250, or 500, it doesn't matter. Some people make thousands and thousands and thousands every day they come in here. We got some pros making 5,000 a day in here or more. But that's what the room is for to help you learn. So today I'm going to show you just in a brief 10-minute webinar some of the stocks we played today and why. All right. The first one on our list today was Ollie. Ollie was a fan favorite in here. Ollie had missed again for the second time, and investors were kind of irritated with this stock. So with Ollie, I really felt strong that Ollie would sell off at the open. If it did pop, I was looking for a 59 push at the open, and then the stock would just do a quick gap fill to 62. The stock was down almost 20 points, so I've already anticipated that the stock would only max at 62, even though it was closed at 77. If you read the earnings report told you that there was no way this stock was going to, even try to gap fill. It wasn't a grub. It wasn't anything like that. Matter of fact, I made it very clear, if it did not pop at all, the stock would sell off right at the open to about 53 levels, and then it would bounce about 5 to 6 points off the bottom. And we were 100% correct on Ollie. Here's the opening bell. As you can see very clearly, here's the gap down. And in the opening, the stock never even made it to 59. Okay, and 59 level is right here. Once it started to sell off, everyone chased it short, which was fine, and it came all the way down to 54. Clear but double bottom at the 54 level, as you can see. The MM stopped it right there. The chat room went long, and now we count the points. And as you can see, we had this calculated to go to $60 for 5 to 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stopped just under 60 and basically sold off. Ollie will now grind around $52 to $55 a share over the next few weeks, and that's pretty much where the stock will lie. The next stock that we did today was a company called ARCY. This is our number one pick in the chat room. It was our number one short idea. And the reason why we wanted ARCI we have this predetermined to go to $4.25 today. It was already written down. All you had to do, we gave you, it's called the top short idea. We already predetermined it would come down to 4.25. We already told you it was going to be an all-day failure. All day means that it's going to take all day during the market to get down to 4.25. But once it does, the stock will sell off and it'll be there. Any pop at the open towards 6, we wanted you to add to your short position. At the end of the day, the stock would be worth 4.25. As you can see, ARCY, it just hit 4.25, but it took all day. Okay, so if you had 1,000 shares in our chat room, you would have made at least $1,500 on this trade. All right, and one of the things that you have to understand when you're trading small cap in this great chat room, all right, I am constantly there to make sure you don't get shaken out or think it's a long. I've been trading for over 16 years. All right. All you need to do is maybe 1 or 2 trades in this. You can take money on the way down, but at the end of the day, and I do this every single day. These small cap stocks, I can look at them and within seconds tell you where the stock's going to go. I don't need you to trade it 16,000 times or go in and out, in and out, in and out for 5, 6 cents. Just take one trade and just slam it down, get paid 4.25. Have a nice day. Okay. Next trade we did today was a stock called ESTC. This was an earnings play. This one we had capped out to go to $93 at the open and then a sell-off, a small sell-off. So I want you to take a look at this. It was a really good play and a good call on ESTC, sitting right here. This had a lot of upgrades today. And I predetermined in pre-market that the stock would hit $93, top off, and then fade about 4 to 6 points to the downside. So as you can see clearly, hold on one second. Here's the write-up, 93, and then a quick 4 to 6 points on the sell-off. You come over here, ding, 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 ding. Here's the pop, broke through the flag. All right, and hold on. There's the 93 topping, 92, 93, and now we count the points. 90, 93, 92, 91, and 90. So far, 3 points. I still think we got another point in there, which is what I was looking for. Okay, so that was a nice one too. Another stock that we did today was TDD, which is a standard of mine that I love to trade when the markets are gapping. It's a very easy stock for me to read, very easy on profit taking. I understand where the stock is going to come down to and where to go long. So I told the great traders in the chat room on TDD today, the stock will gap fill back to 248 to 250, and then you can go long. You can take short and have room to 256 to add, but the stock will come down to 248 to 250, bottom curl, and go right back up. So it was real simple to do. All you had to do was come in the chat room, watch for the quick pop at the open, and where it came up, there's 255. If you took short in pre-market at 253, 254, you just waited, added a little bit more, and now we wait for the downside move to 250. And there it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, cover 250. And then bottom curl. Okay. Very simple, very well written, well scripted. Next stock that we did today was a stock called MFGP. Now, MFGP had horrific numbers today, and they did not even have guidance. They're a company in trouble, and as you can see, it was a nice $19 closed yesterday and gapped down to 15. Typically, I usually like to play these to the long side and fill the gap. But after reading the report, I made a decision that the stock would probably sell off to about $11. So there was really no long on it unless you could hit a quick short covering pop. It was our number 2 pick in the room, and it was sitting right here. If this pulls at the open, look for 11 spot, and then it will bounce 3 to 4 points. If it doesn't, look for a quick pop at the open and then scale in short for an all-day fader to 11. And that was really the call on the trade. And as you can see, we were trying to touch this 15 spot, which it did in pre-market, which is why I predetermined it could hit there again. Instead, it just stopped at around 14. The lower low set in, took it short here around 1380, and just a nice fade heading towards 11. The next stock that we did today was a stock called Burl. This was a magnificent trade today, and kudos to Dark Side Trader for getting traders in on this pullback to go long. And on Burl, so what I did on Burl is I had this one to go long at the opening. It was already gapping up about 20 points in pre-market. They had great numbers, and since they're a domestic stock, they have no ties to the tariff or China news. So therefore, the stock was going to make a solid move to the upside. I had this predetermined to go to 200 or more at the open, so I wanted everyone to long the stock with 25 shares, 10 shares, 50 shares. It didn't really matter your size. Anybody could have traded this, and as you can see clearly right here on Burl, I had this launching out of the gate. This will squeeze at the open to $200 or more at the open. If it does pull back, the most you'll probably get is 191, but I like to see $200 spot at the open. Expect a squeeze. And Burl has a habit of squeezing on earnings, and here you go. Ding, 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 ding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're done for the day. Next stock that we did today was a stock called Five. This was a fun stock, kind of really easy stock to read. Again, great earnings today. I had this one coming out of the gate probably, I think it was already gapping up, as you can tell. Here's yesterday's close at 118. It was already gapping up in the morning to 124, which is quite significant, 6-point gap up. I determined that the stock would open up at the open to $130 before selling off back down 6 to 8 points. And I'll show you how I wrote it up for everyone in the chat room. 5, this is gapping up 9. This will pop at the open to 130, and when it does, take it short and take a 5-point sell off on it. Okay, so I want you to count it with me. 5. All right, you ready? Here we go. So we're going to take the opening bell. Ding, 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 ding. And here we go. All right. $130 pop at the open. It hit $129.94. Gave you a nice topping, plenty of time to get in close to that 130 level. And now I want you to short it. So you have two ways of playing this. You could have done it. It gave it to you twice, and I'll show you how. The first one was the quick 130 pop at the open. I had already predetermined after reading the report that the stock would not exceed 130 today. And this is what I do that's so different than any chat room in the world. It's already set in where the stock is going to cap off. Okay. So if you take the 130 and now you're going to count, I told you it would come down 5 points. It's 130 and it came all the way down to 124, which is a 6-point pullback. So I actually got you an extra point. Then a bottom curl back up to 130 again. And guess what? It gave you another stock down to 6 points. So in reality, you could have played it all day long today. Could have played it 3 times. The initial move, and if you missed the initial move and it popped back, you got to short it again, and then another all-day fader right back down 6 points. So a nice 12-point trade. Actually 18 points. If you really want to do it, 6 down, 6 up, 6 down, 18 points. And then one last thing. This one kind of shook some traders out. It was a little frustrating this morning, NTNX. At the end of the day, this is a garbage stock. I don't like the stock. I don't have any justification for it to be up. But sometimes stocks, they take a little bit of extra time to get up there. Initially, the call was simple. I wanted a quick pop at the open towards 25 and a sell off to 23.50. I'll show you the stock. NTNX. This one was our number, I believe, here it is. All right. I want to pop it open towards 24.50 to 25 and a quick 2-point sell off if I can to 23.50. All right. This stock to me is not worth more than $21. All right. This should not even be up. But today it got squeezed a little bit more than expected. And it happens. It's the way things are. But initially it worked out perfect. If you were quick to the trigger, you got the quick pop at the open to 25 per my notes. And then a sell off all the way down to 23.80. I wanted 23.50. So this was actually a perfection call. A lot of traders missed it, so they were trying to chase it and get it again. They thought this was a double top. Typically it looks good, but NTX had a lot of short sellers trying to pound into the stock. We started leaning into it again short around 25, room to 26, and this is where we capped it off. A trader in the room called it 25.80 short, and I have a feeling over the next few days we'll see 21 back on the stock. Should come right back down about right here. And that's my opinion. Well, we're going to keep an eye on it. Okay. Outside of that, it was a great day to trade. I want to thank you for joining us today on today's webinar. Wonderful trades, great ideas. I got, I believe, a 93% accuracy rate today for the calls. And, every day I work hard to try to get to that 100%. But please understand, this is all written down before the market even opens, in pre-market, in front of hundreds and hundreds of traders. They watch me write this live. I don't change anything. I don't alter anything. I take what it gives me and what I wrote, and I stand by it. Okay? And but out of the accuracy, I believe it was 93% today, correct? Yeah, 93%. Okay. So I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.